Do me a favor before I start. Go stand in your hallway and take a real breath, the deep kind, all the way through your nose. I'll wait. Nothing. Good. Hold on to that. Because for 21 days I've been the only person on earth who can smell my apartment on fire. Not smelled it once. Smelling it. Right now saying this to you, the air in here is thick with it. And the new smoke alarm on my ceiling is a flat, steady green, not making a sound. The loudest thing in this room is the noise that alarm won't make. I've checked. Nothing's burning. I'm 40. I adjust insurance claims, property, mid-sized stuff. Somebody floods a warehouse, somebody torches a restaurant, and I drive out with a clipboard and say what's covered. My whole job is deciding the official version of a bad night. I'm the guy at the office nobody loves for it. The one who shuts the stairwell fire door after you've wedged it open, who won't let it go. 20 years of that. People think it's a personality. I let them. My sister had started calling about something this fall. I let it go to voicemail. 3 weeks ago I made a pot of coffee, sat down at my kitchen table, and smelled smoke. I did what you do. Check the stove, the blue ring cold and off. Check the toaster, the coffee maker, the outlet behind it with the back of my hand, the way you're taught. Cold, all of it. Once I caught my own hand pressed over my mouth and put it back to work. So I checked everything else. The gas line, every outlet behind the vent covers. The smell got no weaker and no stronger. It came with me, room to room, riding on my own collar. I bought a smoke alarm on the way to work. Then, because just one felt insane, I bought 3. Green lights, all of them. That first night, I lay there almost grateful, waiting for one to go off and prove me right. You don't know how quiet a room can get until you're begging the ceiling to scream. None of them did. Day 4, I called the gas company. A kid younger than my car showed up at 11 with a sniffer and walked it along every joint and the line to the street. It reads in parts per million, and it clicks faster the more it finds. In my kitchen, it never clicked once. It found 0. He was nice about it, that was the worst part. He looked at me, nose working, and said, real gentle, "There's nothing on the meter, sir. Want me to leave the report? Like paper would help." I said yes, and put it in a drawer I've hated ever since. Night 6, I was sure it was stronger against the wall I share with next door. So at 3 in the morning I knocked, then knocked harder. My neighbor came out and I actually asked him, to go smell his own apartment. He did it to get rid of me. Nothing. By the end of that week, I'd called the fire department. They ran a thermal camera over my walls and ceilings while a truck idled below. No siren. Just that big diesel throb in no hurry. No hot spots. No smoke. Nothing behind any wall. The lieutenant said, kindly, to call if I smelled it again. He didn't mean it. I could hear him not mean it. After that, people stopped meeting my eyes in the elevator. So I did the last thing on the list and went to a doctor. He shined a light up my nose, sent me for scans, sinuses, then carefully my head to rule out the things you rule out. All clean. Then he handed me the word the way you'd hand somebody a receipt. Phantosmia. Smelling something that isn't there. Smoke is the most common one, he said. Nobody knows why smoke. He said it like it explained something. It didn't. He could tell me what to call it. Not why. 40 years of a working nose, and mine had started screaming fire. I asked if it ever stops. Sometimes, he said. Try not to focus on it. You try not to focus on a fire. Here's the part the word didn't cover. It isn't the same everywhere. I'd been treating it like weather. It has weather of its own. There are places it thins to almost nothing, and places it comes up so thick I've pulled my collar over my mouth in a meeting. I'm an adjuster. When I don't understand a loss, I map it. So I started a log, time, place, strength 1 to 10. I did it anyway. I keep a window cracked at my desk now in January, and the woman across from me finally said it. You're doing the thing again. You keep sniffing. She wasn't wrong. My hand had been going to my face all day, the back of it, over my nose and mouth, and I hadn't felt it once. The log filled up, and it wasn't random. That's when I lost the ability to lie to myself, and I'm good at it. It was strongest in one situation, and it took a week of tens to admit what it was. It was worst right before I had to say a particular thing. A fire claim landed on my desk, a real one, somebody's bakery, and the cause line wanted my sign-off. No early indication. Occupant unaware. Say them slow and hear what they do. No early indication. Occupant unaware. It's the kindest thing you can write about a fire. It means nobody woke in the dark and lay there and chose wrong. I've signed my name under that mercy 100 times. My pen was an inch off the line when my eyes watered so hard I had to leave the floor. My sister called that same week. This fall it'll be 20 years since the house we grew up in, the one on Cedar. She wants to do a small thing, ask me to say a few words. The smoke came up the back of my throat, so thick I told her the line was breaking up and hung up. The same smell. Same exact moment, every time, the half second before I opened my mouth to say there was no warning. So one night, alone in my car, I tried saying the other thing out loud. Just to the windshield. And the smoke thinned. The engine ticked as it cooled, and for a minute I breathed clean air like a man come up out of deep water. Then it scared me, and it came back. There was one more entry in that log I'd been walking around. One place where the air had been clean. I'd driven out to Cedar, told myself I was passing through, and stood on the sidewalk in front of the house that's there now. Somebody else's house, a wind chime hanging dead still. And I breathed. Really breathed. The only clean lungful I'd had in 21 days, standing on the exact square of ground where it happened. That's when I understood I'd had it backwards. I kept turning in circles looking for what was burning. There was never anything ahead of me. It's been behind me for 20 years. The night the house on Cedar burned, I woke up first. I was 20. I smelled smoke, the real thing, faint, the way you catch a neighbor's fireplace on the wind, and I lay there and told myself it was nothing, and I went back to sleep. I got out. Not everyone did. I have never once said that first part out loud. Not in 20 years. The version everybody kept was that it started in the walls while we slept, that there was no warning. There was a warning. It was me. I got it early, and I decided it was nothing. That's what the smoke is. It isn't a warning about my apartment. It isn't a warning about anything coming. It's the one I already got, coming back around because I never answered it. My nose has been trying to hand me the same half-second every day for 3 weeks, and it will not stop until I take it. Those 3 alarms were never going to save me. They'll sit up there green and quiet as long as I live. The only alarm I ever had that worked went off 20 years ago in the dark, on the other side of my own face, and I lay there and waited for it to stop. It goes quiet when I tell the truth. It comes back the second I get ready to fold it up and put it away again. There's no ghost. There's a thing I decided was nothing, and a body that kept the receipt. My hand is at my face right now, saying this. Back of the hand, over my nose and mouth. I only just felt it. I'm making myself put it down. I'm going to say the words at Cedar in the fall. I've written them out. I went through them once and had to open a window. So here's what I'll leave you with. Go stand in the one room in your house that never smells like anything. Every house has one. The room you keep clean without thinking about it, where the air is always just air. Take a breath, all the way through your nose. Now ask yourself why you already knew which room I meant.